So now how do we get to move you from the no folder to maybe the maybe folder or actually the yes folder? Let's come back to when I told you that when a recruiter sees the CV, it takes them a few seconds to already know where to put them. So now how do we want to grab that attention? If you think about it, sometimes the recruiter knows the position very deeply. Sometimes they only know surface level, which are the keywords, right? To know what to look for. So how do we know what type of keywords we should be using in the CV? Obviously, when I say keywords, I could potentially mean it even in a way if the recruiter pulls your CV through some kind of system, so you could be seen more easily and elected by the system. But even visually, when you are very familiar with a certain topic, with certain words, because they become kind of like these keywords in your head, when you open a book, for example, you right away see certain words, and that's exactly what we get, what we want the recruiter to see on your CV. Now, when I'm talking about these keywords, like how do we know what are the keywords that we should be using in our CV? So first of all, just go and have a look into the job description. Whether it is the job description of a specific position for a specific company, obviously that can be if you want to be changing your CVs a little bit for each position that you're applying to. But even if you constantly are applying for, I don't know, customer service position. I don't know. Right now, I have no specific position in my mind, but whatever it is that generally has very similar job description, the what you will be doing day to day is very similar. Then just check few different job descriptions from different companies and look what words they are commonly using. For these words, it's not necessary right away that it's going to match you on LinkedIn with, with something specific. But maybe just the fact that, again, the recruiters open the CV and they see like, oh, they have done this, they have done that. Maybe maybe it's not necessary about the job description for the specific position, but just the fact that you want to move from a senior position to a leading position. So what are the things that the recruiter wants to see on your CV? You need to ask yourself first. Try to shortly open the CV that you already have and just count for like 1, 2, 3 and quickly have a look. What is the thing that you see first? What first grabs your attention? If you even can get your hands on someone else's CV and see it, again, you would right away visually see what is grabbing your attention, and then you would even know visually, again, where to place those keywords. So a first place where it's the easiest and what you definitely should do is write the name of the position. Now, very, very often it would be just on the top of the CV. One mistake that I see people doing all the time is putting their name into this gigantic headline, almost like across the whole CV. At the beginning, when a recruiter opens your CV, they don't know you. They don't yet have the connection with you, and they don't really care about you at this moment, right? The same way as if you just meet somebody randomly on the street, do you deeply care about every person that you meet? No. So you don't have to take this personally. That's okay, because they meet such a huge amount of people that they just cannot get attached to every single person that you meet. So instead of having a gigantic headline of your name, had there this gigantic headline of the position that you're applying for. So for me, for example, when I was applying for a job of a recruiter, I would have there a big headline of a recruiter and then underneath my name. So I already tell them like, hey, Marketa Bosakova, I'm a recruiter, right? Do you feel it just psychologically how it makes the people feel like, oh, she's a recruiter, right? They don't already have to go deeply into the CV and having to look in like, okay, what did she did and so on. They already know that I'm a recruiter and I'm ready. The same way, then we want to go through the whole CV. Again, we want to be connecting the job descriptions and what they usually want from us in that position and making sure that we're going to somehow try to incorporate it in that position. In the CV. Don't go into crazy details about something that has literally no value.